What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Zach. Listen to me and listen to me really good because I know a lot need to hear this. When I started YouTube, like I said, there for a while I was, with my workouts and I had to change content, which is understandable. But as I change content, I get to help a lot of people. And like I said, one of the things that I've got to go through was I get to help somebody, save somebody's life. Because someone went through depression. And because of one YouTube video that I posted, said to me in a comment, said, because of you, I'm still alive. Because of you, I'm able to smile now. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie to you. I mean, I could tell you that this, that, and the other. But to be honest with you, when I saw that comment, that pulled at my heartstrings. That pulled at me big time in a good way. And you know what? That's what I love doing, is being able to help as many people as possible get through anything that you go through or how also I've been through. Because like I said, the past can and will always sneak up on us all. And it does sneak up on us all. Some people, actually a lot of people, it sneaks up on more than what a lot of people realize. And honestly, God truth, a lot of people do realize it sneaks up on you. They just don't give a shit. And I hate to say it like that, but again, that's 100% truth. That's 100% truth. There's so many people out there that they really don't give a care or what you go through. As long as you're there, as long as you're there for them to help them through it, what they go through. But then again, there's so many people out there that have the biggest, most caring, loving hearts and awesome, great personalities that you'll ever know. And like I said, I've been myself. Have been lucky to know all the people that I've gotten to know over the years. Over 37 years. Which I'd say, yeah, over 37 years. And then all of the people that I've met from the time that I was 18 on to now when I first started driving. Now, from when I first started driving at 18 years old to now, I've dealt with bullies. I've dealt with, judgmental pieces, judgmental people. I've dealt with all of that. So, what I try to do when I post, when I come up and when I try to, when I record these YouTube videos to, keep on my YouTube page. I try to raise awareness and say, look, this is what so many people go through at this point in time or that point in time. And, a lot of times I've had people, like I said, comment and say, this is what I'm going through. How do I get through this? How do I get through that? Guess what? Those are things that I've also been through. And a lot of times what I'll do is when I tell you, my experiences that I've been through, it's not, like I said, for one, how I've told you about my dating experience, as far as how I've never actually been on dates or relationships, which I've tried, but I've always got put in the friend zone. Why? Because I'm in a wheelchair. And the thing of it is, a lot of people won't say that as the reason. But as someone that sits in a wheelchair, you know, at least for me, I know. And what I'm trying to say to you is this, when I tell you all of that, like how females have always been judgmental. Now, when I say that, yes, there are those kind of people out there that are judgmental. But there's also good people. Now, when I say that, again, I'm not trying to, point fingers at anybody. But I try to, when I do that, I try to raise awareness. Because when you raise awareness, you get to, I try to raise awareness. In other words, speak up for others. There's a lot of people who are, who go through so much hell that they're silent right now. Because they've gotten through so much hell that it's made them silent. And I'm not gonna, there's no BS around this. It scares the hell out of you. Like I said, no matter what your disability or disabilities are, you're 100% human. They're 100% different, but 100% true story about you. And remember, as I've said, somebody with a disability, whatever disability that someone has, that is just a label of what you were told that you were born with. Because, example, like I said, that's, I say example, but that's when you're born and you get told, oh, this person or that person has spina bifida, or that person has some kind of cancer, or this person has or is an amputee of an arm, leg, foot, hand, finger, whatever that may be, for this reason and this reason only. Okay. You might see somebody that's an amputee of an arm, a leg, hand, foot, whatever the case may be. You may see somebody that walks, with a walker. You might see somebody that walks with crutches or walks with a walking cane, or again in a wheelchair. Just like you see me. I'm trying to back up and show you me in a wheelchair, for example, but if it was too blurry to see, the sun's coming in. But hey, I want to make this point to you and say this. I got you. I got you. These are things that I've saw over 37 years. As I said, I turned 37 October 15th, just not very long ago. And over my 37 years of here on earth, I've saw so many things and had so many things happen, to me. Like I told you about me. And like I said, if I tell you about me, it's not to, to nag, or to go on about, situations. But I do that and say, look, this is what I've been through. I know what it's like to go through hell. So in other words, when I do these things, and I tell you, about what I go through or what I've been through, some of it, yes. I don't know I only know your name from, what you tell me or, what I see here on YouTube, when I reply to your comments. But I do what I do, and I tell you my experiences, things that I've been through, to try to raise awareness and say, look, this is the hell that I've faced, along with billions of other people who have also faced a lot of hell. And there's with whatever situations that they have or have had. Because as I said before, we only know someone's name, again, but not their story. And we all have a 100% different and also 100% true story about us. And again, you may not understand why someone does what they do. And that's okay. Again, because we only know someone's name. You don't know the story. But let me remind you again, it's okay to ask questions. That's how you learn about what you don't understand. Just like with me, as I've told you about my spine, level 1 spina bifida, which affects just my balance. Okay, there still might be something that you don't understand. Maybe you don't understand something that I've said. That's why I tell y'all, ask me anything that's on your mind, or anything that you would like to hear, because I got you. When I started this YouTube, Again, I wasn't sure how things were going to go, but I knew that's where my heart was, where I was able to and love to be able to help people through anything that you go through or that y'all all been have been through. Because yes, again, a lot of times more than people realize, and honestly, sometimes more than sometimes, people do realize when you go through rough times, they honestly just don't give a crap, and they don't give a crap. You know why they don't give a crap? Because it's not them going through the rough situations that you're going through. Again, we only know someone's name, not their story. But we all, each and every one of us, have a 100% different and also 100% true story about us. And with that said, again, yes, I am making this a working, paying job for the number one reason. For that number one reason. And that is, again, because I love to help everyone, as many people as I can. I love to help I'd love to help you get through anything that you go through or also have been through. No matter who it is, I love to help people get through anything that you've been through or you go through. Now, again, with that said, we only know someone's name, not their story. But we all have a 100% different, also 100% true story about us. Now, if you tell me, like what your situations are, things that you go through or have been through, if it's something or some things, because it can, again, be more than one thing, as long as it could be multiple things, and you know what, that's okay with me. That's more than okay if it's multiple things. There could be things that I've never been through that you've been through, or things that I've been through that you've never been through. But with that said, if you go through something that's something that I've never been through, but yet you're struggling with that certain thing or things, I will take that situation and put it in my mind and try to, put my mindset to where I see that situation, in my mind and think, okay, how would I deal with that situation if I was in that situation? If that situation happened to me, how would I get through it? And then, I will come back here to YouTube and say, look, here's what this question was. Of how do I get through this or that? And then say, look, this is what I would do if I was in this situation or that situation. This is how I would get through it if it was me in that situation. And with that said, keep being you and let nothing or no one hold you back. Yes, I was fixing my necklace because I thought I was like, wait a minute, it's not sticking out like it usually does, and I didn't realize it. But with that said, look, I got love for each and every one of y'all, and I'm still gonna keep doing this here with YouTube as long as it takes for everyone to be okay. Because like I said, I know what tough times are. We all go through it, those tough times. And some of us, yes, go through more tough times than others. And again, that there's so many people that go through so many tough times that they go through so many tough times that it gets overwhelming for them. And guess what? They're not here. So that's where I'm trying to step in. And that's where I'm stepping in and saying, look, I know what tough times are. But just remember this. A little rain don't last forever. Behind that rain is a sun. Behind that rain is the sun. And I know, like I said, it's taken me a lot longer, recently. To post on YouTube. Because, again, y'all know about my elbow. Which has been crazy for me. I've had the MRIs and all that done. Now it's just trying to find the results. So I gotta go back to the doctor just to get results. Not what I was expecting. But I tell you all of this because you've been there for me and been there since day one when I started here on YouTube. You was there when I first told you, what happened to my arm, my elbow, excuse me, or what happened, what happened to my wrist, when I fell, like I was telling you about. Like I said, my hand's okay, my wrist is good. It's all better now. But still again, trying to fix this elbow. So I'm still hoping things are going to be good. I'm hoping that, there's nothing screwed up, that has to be done with surgery or anything like that. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the outcome is when I go here in a couple days to get that set up and get get answers from that. I don't know why I said that, but just get the answers from that, and then again, when I know answers from that, I will tell you. And one of the reasons why I will tell you is, because like I said, I'm trying to make this here with my YouTube channel a working paying job because I love to help people get through anything that you go through or I've also been through, because like I said, the past can and does, unfortunately, sneak up on people. And a lot of people, it sneaks up, the past will sneak up more on a lot of people than a lot of you, a lot of other people realize. And again, a lot of people realize it. They just don't give a shit. And that's the sad truth. 100% truth. But me, I'm one of those that do care. And I always will care. No matter what you go through, you got me 100%. So like I said, when I find out answers from that, what's gonna go, what goes on, if there's anything like a surgery or anything, to go on and fix that, or whatever the case may be, I will tell you, and I promise I'll tell you, so you'll know that, oh, yeah, he's had surgery on this, or gonna have surgery. He won't be posting probably for a couple days. That way you know that, oh, if you look and don't see I'm posting it for a while, you know what's going on. Or, and like I said, it may not be that. It may not be surgeries from my elbow. I'm just using that as a example, I guess is the best word to use here. But with that said again, I do this with YouTube to try to raise awareness and say, look, this is the hell that a lot of people go through. But behind that person's hell is a 100% human being. They're 100% different, but also 100% true story about them. And a lot of times what I'll do is, as you know, who that watch my YouTube, I will tell you, things that I've been through. Like the fact that I've still never dated, been through a relationship, all because of being in a wheelchair. And the thing of it is, people will make excuses as to why they have to turn you down, or why they turn you down, and that's the sad part of it, because really when you turn somebody down like that, really you're turning a person down for no reason, because a person with, say for example, a walker or crutches or even walking cane, or even that, just like myself, or tons of other people who have wheelchairs. I get it that, you see somebody with a disability, it's different. But behind that disability is a person, a 100% true human being with a 100% different, but also 100% true story about them. So, with that said, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, when I was able to, when I kept doing this and kept doing this when I very first started, and then realized I was able to help somebody from the one person that asked me, or had said, because of you, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm not in that dark, depressive spot that I used to be in. Your voice saved my life. And that's why I do what I do. And you know what? I love every second that I get the chance to be here on YouTube and help every single one of y'all that I get the chance to help. Like I said, there's some situations, actually there's a lot of situations that a lot of people go through that I have never been through. And then again, there's going to be a lot of situations that a lot go through that I've also been through. But either way, I can promise you this, when it's something that I haven't been through, I will put my mindset in that situation or situations and think, okay, how would I deal with this? How would I deal with that? And then give you my advice on how I would get through that. So again, with that said, I got you. No matter what it takes, I got you. Just like I know you got me. Because I see all the comments, I see all the likes, the shares, and the subscribers. Even though we went down a little bit on subscribers, I can understand that. You're still right there. Like I said, I would love to see that 1,000 subscribers and all of the watch hours that I need, like either 4,000 watch hours, 4,000 watch hours or 10 million reviews. One of those two I gotta have. And I say that because that's just what YouTube's criteria is to where I get paid and I can turn this into a working job. That would be huge for me because, again, that's going to help me out on a day-to-day basis. Maybe that'll help me with paying bills or, getting gas in the truck or whatever, or also help with hospital bills or doctor bills, excuse me. Especially with my elbow. But that's why I do what I do, is to raise awareness and say, look, these are the kind of things that happen, but because of all the bulliness, all the bulliness that happens when people get bullied or get talked to being, rude, or get turned down a lot from dates and relationships, it tears somebody down mentally and emotionally. And there's no reason for that, to hurt somebody like that. Because even when you got somebody that's in a wheelchair or walking with a walker or crutches, or walking with crutches or walking with a walking cane, or maybe it's somebody that's an amputee of some sort, amputee of an arm or foot or a leg, or whatever the case may be. Behind that person within it that's an APT, or behind that person that has, that's in a wheelchair, or behind that person that is walking with a walker, or walking with crutches, or even a walking cane. We're all 100% human. They're 100% different, and also 100% true story about us. So when I post here on YouTube, even though I talk a lot about what I went through and what I've gone through, I try to raise awareness. Of look, these are things that people go through. But again, there's so many people that's been through so much hell that they're not here right now. And that's why I do what I do. To try to save as many people's lives as I can. And say, look, I got you. I've been there. In your position. Maybe a different, scenario than what you've been through. But I've been there. And I try to save everybody's life as I can. Because that's what I love doing. I love being able to help motivate, inspire, and try to help as many people as I can through anything that you go through or have also been through. Because like I said, the past can and unfortunately does sneak up on us. And a lot of times it's more for some than it is others. Depending on what, somebody's past is, the past is like. Some people, actually more than some, including myself, have one of those pasts that are, that are bullshit. And I say that because things in your past should not have happened. That happened. But again, look where you was and look where you are now. Take it one step at a time. Don't focus on the full staircase. Focus on the first step. And then once you get that first step, focus on the second step. And once you get that second step, mastered, then go to the third step. Focus on that third. And then get to the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, and the 10th step. Yeah, things ain't gonna happen overnight. And that's okay. More than okay. Keep being you. And let nothing or no one hold you back. Remember this again, that I'm proud of you. Each and every one of you, I'm proud of you. Keep being you. And keep your head up. Keep your head up. And keep smiling. You got this. We got this. Because no matter what you go through, I'm right there with you. We're going to go through it together. So, with that said again, whatever messes with you, it's going to mess with me. And messing with me, not a good idea. Because I've been through a lot of the same situations that you have. But even when it's a situation or situations that I haven't been through, guess what? I will still put myself in your situation, by my mindset in your situation. I'd say, okay, look, here's the situations, and here's how I would deal with those situations, and come back and tell you how I would deal with those situations. Remember, your fight is my fight. Your fight is our fight. And we fight through everything at the same time. I got you. Keep your head up. Keep smiling. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. And when you hit that subscribe button, guess what? I will subscribe back to you. If I'm not already subscribed, I will subscribe back to you. Also, if I am subscribed already, I will still, even when I am subscribed, I still will reply to your comments. If you've commented, I still will reply to your comments either way. But either way, I got you. Keep your head up. My name is Zach. I appreciate y'all watching. Keep being you. Keep smiling. Keep your chin up. Keep fighting. Keep in the fight, man. You got this. Keep going after your goals, your dreams. Let's get it.